Hello? Thank you. Are you there? Hello? Hello? Are you there? Can you see me? Hello? Not sure. Okay, I think you do. Hello? It's XENU. Coming to you again. I made a video about the beginnings of meeting L. Ron Hubbard here on Tory Magoo 44. Explaining a bit about how I met L. Ron Hubbard and how we came up with XENU as, the story behind it. And you can read that there. Today, I thought maybe I'd go over the top of Scientology because a lot of people think, well, maybe the XENU thing is cuckoo. But once they get on OT5 or OT7, it'll be better, because that's what everyone in the Church of Scientology says. Wait till you get to OT7. Okay, so this is going to be a bit of the story about OT7 and OT5. These are levels above OT3, which is where L. Ron Hubbard introduced me, XENU. You can see him in the background, as I pointed out before. That's really L. Ron Hubbard in my backyard in Glendale, California. As I pointed out, I met him at a sex orgy years ago, and we dreamed up this story about XENU. Okay, so, to continue. Now, people did OT3, and they, people ask me all the time, well, what happened? I mean, when you get on it, don't you think it's a bit of an odd story? XENU and space aliens, and you're covered with body thetans and clusters, and, it's pretty weird, right? And yes, we found that to be true. One for one, people did think XENU was a very odd story. However, you have to remember, people never can discuss the technology of L. Ron Hubbard while they're in the church. It's not really a church. But they dreamed that up so that he could get his tax evasion, right? Okay, so, now I forgot. Let's see. I'm trying to remember. It's a bit difficult because we were watching people one by one, and, kind of one by one, individually, they would look at it and go, come on, this is horseshit, right? But because they couldn't talk to anyone else about it, and everyone else around them was saying how fabulous it is and how they're having great success with it, they'd think, well, it must work, it must be true. If you have enough peers around you telling you something is great, no matter what it is, that's how gangs work, right? They've got everybody around them telling them it's a great thing. Go shoot someone. Is it a great thing? Hell no. But when you're surrounded by enough people telling you something is, you just tend to buy it. That's how it works. Okay, so now we do OT3. And they think like me and me, XENU, watching them going, they're sort of buying it, but I think we need to come up with another level. So L. Ron and I came up with OT5, which is the next level. Now, people who buy it, it's hundreds of thousands of dollars, right, for OT5. But they're thinking, well, okay, I didn't really fix my lumbosis or whatever on OT3, and everyone's telling me OT5 will fix it, so okay, I'll shell out the bucks. So you get out your check, sign it over, there you go, now you're paid for it. Now you remember, to get onto every single, think of it like a triangle, and the higher up you get, the more we have to check on you to make sure you're really in the right mental state to get on to the next level. That's part of the mind control, but they don't know it. We thought that was pretty nifty. So, now we're grilling them away, and finally, okay, you're invited onto OT5. Oh, how exciting. They get onto OT5, and guess what that is? It's more crap about me, XENU, and the BTs and clusters. The only difference on OT5, OT3, L. Ron said they're beings. The whole story of XENU blew up in a volcano, blah, blah, blah. Now they're all stuck on you, right? That's the cause of your problems. Well, OT5, L. Ron Hubbard came up with, well, no. Now you have to remember, he was taking a lot of drugs during this time, right? So he was sort of semi-unconscious himself, right? So he came up with, oh, I see, they're unconscious. That's what's happening. They're sleeping. So now on OT5, you have to wake up the BTs and clusters before you can actually get rid of them. So there's a little bit of a twist on it, not much. Plus he added they could be farther away from you. Now you have to remember, he was taking drugs during this time, right? So he was pretty itchy. And that's what got him to think about these BTs and clusters, right? But the truth is, that didn't work either with getting him off of his skin. So now he figured, well, maybe they're 10 feet away. Maybe they're 1,000 feet away. Maybe they're all of California away, right? You know, it could be far, far away. These farther away beings, and that's what was affecting him. See, it wasn't really working, and L. Ron was taking these drugs. It just wasn't working. Okay, so we did OT5. We finally get on to what's called solo knots, which is where you're auditing yourself. And then we thought, now that's great. They can do this forever. And we'll be charging them money. They can be as far away as you want. And they can have their problems as long as they want because there's no real solution to the problem, right? It's not going to get fixed. By this time, L. Ron had realized this isn't going to work, right? But it is bringing in a lot of dough, so let's keep them going, okay? They can audit and audit and audit. And that's really the story of the top level of Scientology. So there you go. It's just one P.T. Barnum after another, right? And P.T. Barnum said there's a sucker born every minute. And Scientology is an example of that, but also all of the critics in Anonymous exposing their abuses and how phony they are has decreased it dramatically. You can drive around and look and see. There's very few people there anymore. And that's because this story is out on the net, so people can read it and go, really? That's it? That's it. That's really it. Have a wonderful day, kids. I'm off to the Glendale Galleria. Ta-ta.